Okay, everybody, let's welcome the team champions from LIV Golf Miami 2024, Legion 13. We are joined by Tyrrell Hatton, Jon Rahm, our captain, Caleb Surratt, and Kieran Vincent. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
So it was a battle out there today. You guys finished only one shot ahead of Range Goats GC. Tell us a little bit about your round and what you had to do to take home that W today. We'll start with you, Tyrrell.
Well, I decided to stick it in reverse, standing on the 10th tee, and just carried on going that way and just navigated my way through the back nine, sort of looking backwards. So, yeah, I made it a lot harder for the team. And, yeah, it was a pretty miserable 2.5 hours, to be honest.
And Jon?
I don't know how I can follow that. As far as my week goes, I think today was the day I struck the ball the best. Made a couple putts and gave myself a lot of good chances. I think what could have made this round even more incredible is if, after the tee shots on 11, 12, and 1, those 3 holes, to play them 2 over par is what I think cost me even having a chance to win it individually. Especially down the stretch. I birdie 18, give us a nice little 4-shot cushion, smash it down the first fairway and shank it in the water. That was not what I had in mind. But, it was fun. It's fun to, even if you don't have a chance to win it as an individual going down the stretch, still feel the same nerves that you would, right? I mean, I'm going down the second fairway with a 1 or 2 shot lead. Made that second shot and putt a lot harder. I'm just thanking God that ball kept rolling and ended up finding the hole.
And Kieran, it all came down to you in the end. Did you know that all that pressure was on you, and that if you wouldn't have made that last putt, you guys would have gone into a team playoff with the Range Goats?
Yeah, me and Tyrrell were sticking in reverse, and we were staying in reverse. So I didn't see many leaderboards when I was looking backwards. But I didn't, but I'd seen enough leaderboards to know that it was kind of getting a lot more closer than I think we wanted it. And so it's obviously nice to be on the, winning side of a putt going in. But yeah, obviously credit to these guys for putting in such a good week. Obviously, Jon, Tyrrell, and Caleb put in some good stuff this week. So excited for, obviously, the rest of the season and see how things shape up.
I'm pretty sure this was everyone's first time competing on this course.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Did it live up to its name, the Blue Monster, Caleb?
Yeah, it's a monster. It's really hard. It's just so challenging. I mean, it's all the tee shots are so demanding. That's kind of the hardest part, I thought. Like, there's just you never get any time to breathe out here. It's as soon as you lose your guard, you're gonna make a bogey or worse. It feels like so.
So is winning out here maybe a little bit extra special? I know you guys took home the team champ in Mayakoba as well, and I know that was a very challenging course. So, what does it say about you guys as a team and the way that you play? Tyrrell?
Well, I guess that so far we've done well on challenging golf courses. I think more importantly this week, though, was to bounce back after how we finished last in Hong Kong. I think we were all pretty sad about that. So, yeah, to come back out next event and win as a team is great. And, yeah, now we look forward to Adelaide.
Jon, you guys have won 2 out of 5 events in your maiden season on LIV Golf. Did you find the magic with this team that you assembled?
I'd say so. And the best part for us is that, I don't think either of us has played even, what I would say their best golf for a whole week. I feel like all of us have had some rounds where we left quite a few shots out there. And I know, some rounds might not count, but I think, exactly, it's a lot of good to look forward to when all of us show up to a tournament when we're all playing B+ or A game, because either one of us 4 is capable of winning individually in any given tournament, and I'm looking forward to that day to happen.
And Caleb, Kieran, how motivating is it for you guys to be on the podium from a team perspective in order to advance your personal games? Start with you, Kieran.
Yeah, obviously, anytime you're on a podium, I think is great. Obviously, standing around guys that you've spent a lot of time with now as a team makes it even special. Obviously, credit to these guys, but also the team behind us. I mean, there's so many other people between caddies and spectators and managers and, the whole likes. It all is part of this whole team aspect, and it really makes the weeks and time out there a lot more special. So, yeah, obviously, anytime you're on a podium, it's great, but I think we're just, lead singers in the band. There's a huge band behind us that are doing so much pouring into us, and so we're just so grateful for all of that to obviously be hosting the trophy. So, yeah.
And Caleb, is this propelling you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's super motivating. I think it just goes back to like the art of winning, right? Like whether it's individually or a team, like the mark of a great player is knowing how to win. And especially as I continue to grow as a player, and Kieran, because we're a bit younger, like learning how to win is always a good thing, no matter what it's for. Because winning's hard, and we're gonna keep trying to do it.
Trying to make it sound like you're 20, Kieran.
I gotta be
He's
close to
closer
somebody.
to me than he is to you, man. Like
I turned 20 last week.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Still not old enough to drink.
Thank you.
One more year, you can hold a champagne bottle. Last one for me for the two at the end. Obviously, next week is a big week for both of you guys. You guys are heading to Augusta. How did you feel that this course prepared you for next week, and how are you guys feeling? I'll start with you, John.
Anytime you can go to a challenging, demanding golf course before a major championship, I think it's a really good way to prepare for it. Those greens were fast, they were difficult, and I think it gets you in the mentality of fighting for every shot, right? So I think it was a great week, and hopefully I can keep doing all the good things I've done this week, next week, and avoid a couple silly mistakes, and hopefully go back to back.
Terrell?
I would just say just having the competitive rounds, and obviously having the chance to win the tournaments there as an individual, sort of being in that environment is only going to be a good thing going into next week. I feel like my game's in a pretty good spot, minus the off the tee. So if I can figure that out, then we should be all good. But easier said than done.
We will all be rooting for you guys next week. I'm going to let Mike ask a few.
John, kind of something that Terrell mentioned earlier. Did you stew at all about the result after Hong Kong in terms of the team?
God, no. No. I mean, I know every one of us is trying our heart out there, our hardest, so no. And there was other circumstances when we had two players that were not feeling the best that week. The fact that they went out there and fought and tried to post a score to better the team says enough for me. So, no. I didn't really say anything about it. No tech talk, no nothing. But it does feel good to go from that to this, obviously.
And speaking of not feeling good, can you talk about the caddy situation today?
Well, yeah, I mean, what are you going to say? Tyrrell and I both had substitute caddies for different reasons.
Oh.
Luckily, in my case, one of my best friends, Ben Schur, who was a teammate, who caddied for me my first few starts on tour before I found Adam while he was trying to pursue professional golf, was here. So while I was warming up, my manager had his bib on. It's like, hey, Ben's here. And I'm like, oh, he should be caddying for sure because we have the experience and we spend a lot of time together. So even though it was a little different, it was a familiar face to be with and somebody I'm comfortable with to talk around. So it was nice to have him out there and for him to be around this win. Obviously, feel bad for Adam. Hopefully he gets better soon, which he will. It takes a lot for him not to caddy. Let's just say that.
Terrell?
My caddy fell over last night after dinner. Now, his reputation is an interesting one, so I don't know how the fall really occurred, but either way, he landed pretty heavy on his shoulder. And he spent the afternoon in hospital, so he's had an x-ray. He won't be caddying for the next month. As far as I'm aware, he's got like really bad bone bruising, so I think that's good that he's not broken anything. But so I've got a friend on the bag. He's actually flying tomorrow now to Augusta, and he'll do Adelaide and Singapore if we can get a visa in time for him to do Australia. Yeah.
And Kieran, you went through a stretch where you had 4 bogeys, and you got to 16. Were you looking at the board at the time, and things were getting a little tight on the team leaderboard, and the 16, I think you drove it, right? Yeah. Can you just talk about that stretch as you left 15 going to 16?
Yeah, I think I was just comfortable standing up on 16 tee, knowing that I could probably reach the green. Right. And so it kind of just suited my eye. I was just struggling a little bit off the tee, kind of found myself in some very unfortunate positions, and was hard to kind of really put up a score from there. So, yeah, obviously the 4 bogeys are not something that you really want to do. But I think I was proud of the fact that I was able to stand up on 16 and still be able to hit a good shot under the circumstances. Unfortunately, did see there's a big screen on 16 that is hard to miss. And so, yeah, I did see the lead was kind of shrinking a lot. And so it was nice to kind of hit it on the green there and kind of roll in, 2-putt there and walk out with the birdie.
And maybe this is for all of you, but I'm not sure what kind of expectations you had going into this season. But you've won 2 of the first 5 as a team. Are you about where you think you were going to be? Are you ahead of schedule? You've got obviously a couple of young guys on the team. Where did you think, John, coming into the season and now where you're at?
I mean, the objective is always to win, right? You play to win, and that's how we all approach it. But as team captain, with how closely to the first tournament the team got finalized, I wasn't really expecting much in that sense of possibly winning. I knew we could get it done together, but I wasn't really too worried if we didn't, right? I knew we would find our stride at some point, but it was definitely a surprise to end up winning the first week, and I would say it's no surprise that we ended up winning this week. So if I had to say, well, obviously I was a little bit ahead of what I thought we were going to be, but it's a long season ahead, and the only thing that matters is who's standing at the end.
Okay, Daily Mail.
Tyrrell, I don't know if you've seen this stat going around social media this week, but on average, in the last 20 years, every Masters champion, on average, has been 32 years old, ranked 17th in the world, and played at Augusta 8 times. You're 32, ranked 17th in the world, and this will be your 8th start at Augusta. I guess my question is, what size do you want your green jacket to be?
To be fair, like, me making the weekend around that place is like almost having the green jacket, so... Yeah, I mean, it's a place that I've done pretty badly at, so I'll probably ruin your stat.
It's not mine. And just last one from me for John. This is obviously the first major that you're playing since joining LIV. Now you're a bit removed from Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. Do you feel like there's an extra element to the battle at the Masters next week between the 3 of you?
No. I mean, the Masters is the Masters. I don't think there's any difference whether you play PGA Tour, LIV, European Tour, or Sunshine Tour. It really doesn't make a difference. Major's a major. You could have asked me the same question last year with some of the LIV players coming in, right? So I wouldn't say there's anything added to it, no.
Thanks.
Okay, last one, Achille.
Achille from Drunk by the Turn. This one's for Rambo and Tyrrell. I know there's obviously, you don't need any more motivation. You're defending your jacket, John, and, there's 13 guys going down there with you. How much does it mean to, defend your jacket and represent the 13, including you two? But not only that, just to represent the other guys in the LIV family that are more than worthy and deserving of being down there too. Does that give you guys any more added motivation to kind of go out there and represent them as well?
God, being a major and maybe not playing for your team, I can't tell you that I'm thinking about, the players that maybe should be there, shouldn't be there, right? I think I have enough on my plate going into next week, trying to win another one. So it'll be a great story if one of us were to do it, right? And be great to support it, but not that it's going to be in my mind, though.
I would say probably more media will make it more of a LIV, PGA Tour, European Tour, whatever. Ultimately, at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter. There's guys that are playing those tours that our friends, and we get on well with them. And yeah, when we go on the golf course, like we're going to go out there and try our best and be trying to win the tournament. But it's majors. It doesn't matter what side you're on. You're just trying your best.
Rahm, I just wanted to ask, what's your favorite dish going into the Champions Dinner on the menu?
Man, with all the respect to everybody cooking that week, I still have to say my grandma's. I hope they can get close. Probably not, because in my mind I have it built up to, obviously whatever grandma and mama's cooking is always going to be better than anybody else's, right? Even though if we follow the recipe to a T, for some reason it always tastes different. So that lentil stew is definitely the highlight for me.
Do you think Bubba will be able to sneak in his cheeseburger sliders? Bubba Watson.
Is that a thing that?
He usually says he eats his own food before he goes because he doesn't like he likes American, kind of plain food.
Yeah, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. It's not a big deal. He can, if he wants to sneak in the cheeseburgers, he's more than welcome to.
Tyrrell, I think I speak for all of us when I say that you are a gift, and we
Thank you.
we love you. Good luck next week, guys. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thanks.